Hey friends, happy Friday. We're live at Wild Birds Unlimited in Joliet. On Fridays, we go live around 5:30ish to tell you what's happening, what's new at the store, what's happening in nature. Um, yeah, it's the end of the month here, last Friday of the year. So it's kind of crazy that we've spent a whole year together on Friday Live. So that's something kind of to celebrate all in itself. I hope that you were good this year and Santa gave you lots of goodies. Please let us know in the comments if you got anything from Wild Birds Unlimited. We'd love to hear what you were gifted and how much you're enjoying those items. We know many of you were secretly gifted a lot of good stuff, so that's always fun. And we were happy to be part of your holiday season in whatever way it was, whether picking out, helping you choose some great holiday gift items, or even when your family and friends came in to gift something for you. It was really fun to make it a surprise and a secret. So I'm really excited to see some of you now after the holidays are over and to hear all of your fun stories and have good laughs over how secretive we were in doing some of these cool little things for you. So that was really fun, and I can't wait to see you guys for that. Tonight we're talking all about a couple things. We have some cool upcoming events. There are no more events for the holiday December season, but we will start off strong in January with more events coming up in January. Don't forget, we are closed for inventory on New Year's Eve, which is the 31st. And then we are closed so that the store can be closed, so our team can all be with their friends and families for New Year's Day. So we will both be closed on the 31st and the 1st. So be sure you come in ahead of time to stock up on all your bird food and all of those things that you need, so that you can be good for those 2 days that we're closed. All right. In January, we have a couple great events, some great presentations. I'll be presenting on owls, our nocturnal neighbors, in January, on the January 10th, in fact. And then we have a bird outing in January, and we have a lot of other things coming up. So be sure you check our website on Facebook. All the events in January are not up yet, but I will be working on that this weekend. So stay tuned for all of those to start popping up. But all of our January events are on our website, so you can go find all that information on our website if you want to get the heads up on all of that stuff. But in the store, we have a lot of deals and things going on. We have all of our holiday decor and all of our holiday seed items are on sale, as well as all of our ornaments, what's left of them. So please come in and take advantage of them, because we are getting prepared for our end of year inventory, and we would love to not have to count all that stuff. So if you would like to take it home, and I know you guys all have good homes for some of these items, or that if you have holiday events coming up later in the season, some of you celebrate the holidays after New Year's even, grab them now, because we have limited supplies on some of these holiday items, and I want to make sure that you grab them now before they're all gone and we don't get them back until the next holiday season in 2026. So be sure you grab that. Tonight, as my background kind of shows, we're talking about seed cakes, because one thing is I was trying to come up with an idea to talk about with you guys tonight that's bird related, and someone had a really good question that came in today, and they asked me, well, I have all these suet cages, and you know what I'm talking about. You have a bunch of these suet cages laying around. What can you put in them besides suet? Or is suet the only option to fill in them? Well, the answer is there's actually other things that you can put in your seed cakes, in your suet cages, like seed cakes. So we're talking about seed cakes, and we'll also talk about seed bricks tonight. Because we're still in winter months, birds are still needing all high protein, high fat, all those high energy foods to help keep them going. I know we're not in really cold weather anymore, but it doesn't mean that the birds aren't suffering in the morning and in the evening with cold weather. So be sure that your feeders are stocked full and they can find the nutrition that they need when they need it. Okay, so just be mindful of that. It's the um, difficulties have not gone away just because we're kind of in this mild winter season right now. They are still looking for high energy foods and they're still looking for it hard. So you can be their spot if you are providing those foods for them. So keep up with those high energy foods like Winter Super Blend and your suets and things like that are really good blends to use and those good foods to use to keep your birds healthy and happy all winter season. But let's talk to it. What are seed cakes and seed bricks? Well, I'll show you. This is what we call a seed cake. So it's about the size of a suet, right? So it would fit in something like your suet cage. So they come in a variety of flavors. We have, let's grab them all so we have them right in my hand. We have safflower ones, we have hot pepper ones, and my personal favorite is our woodpecker seed cake because it has not only the seeds and the nuts, but it has little bark butter bits too. And you know how I love the bark butter bits? It's like M&Ms for the birds. They just love them. But all these blends are really great seed blends. You know, the cranberry cake is the same. These are the same blends that we use in our seed cylinders. So if you like those blends and you want them in a different form, like a seed cake, this is right up your alley. So when that person was asking today, this customer asked, what can I do with all my suet cages? I have a ton of suet cages. What do I do with them? Well, I knew exactly what to answer, how to answer that, because once upon a time when I was just starting out bird feeding, I was a young college kid and I had a very limited income and I was using suet cages a lot because suet was an inexpensive way to feed the birds and the feeder was inexpensive, and I just acquired a ton of suet cages over the years. And now that I'm having a house and a yard, I upgraded my system, my bird feeding setup, and I have a lot of different feeders now. But I still have all these cages, and then people always ask me, what do I do with all my suet cages? Do I just throw them away or whatnot? And I always say, there is a use for everything. There's a use for everything. So while a lot of my suet cages are in fact filled with suets, I do like to switch things out and use suet cakes or seed cakes intermixedly with my suet. So while some may have suet in it, others have seed cakes like this in it. And it's a really great way to kind of put out a variety of foods. Okay, so those are seed cakes. Now, if you want to up the ante with seed cakes, you would like something a little bit larger. There is, in fact, something a little bit larger. And I want to also point out that these seed cakes they can go in this, but they can also go in the tail prop suet feeders. So if you have one of these guys laying around, or even the one that has a double, so you could have two suets in there, or two seed cakes, or maybe one of each in there. It's kind of a good way to reutilize the feeders that you already have and put out more variety into the yard. We know that the more types of food that we offer in the different variety of feeders, we know that we are going to get more birds because more birds are going to find their needs met. Maybe they don't necessarily eat suet, but they love seed, and if you have another way to put out a seed in a different form for them, you can attract more and more birds. So who doesn't like more birds, right? So there's that. Now if you would like something a little bit bigger in the way of a seed cake, but don't necessarily want to do another cylinder and want another option, well, that's when you move to a seed brick. Right? Seed bricks. So look at this guy compared to his seed cake little brother. Right? So much bigger, much larger quantity of seed. It's a much bigger brick, if you will. This is truly a brick. Now, of course, we have it in a couple different flavors, if you will. We do have the hot pepper version, and we also have it in a safflower version, too. So seed cakes are great. Another option to offer seed in a different form that and put it in a different feeder. Now, these guys will not fit in your traditional suet cage feeder. You would need something a little bit more substantial, something a little bit larger to handle the big boy brick, right? Well, we have these set there too. Now, you could do something simple like this picnic basket. It's going to hold that seed cake in there, that seed brick in there, just like it would with your suet cake. Okay, but this is going to be like the very beginner level of for those bricks. You wanted something just to start out, see how you like it. This is a great option. Okay, now if you want something a little bit more substantial, maybe something with a roof over it to keep it dry, especially since we're going to be offering seed in this, you might want to offer something with a lid so that it kind of keeps it protected in case we have any rainy or snowy days ahead, that it might make that seed go bad and spoil with all that water sitting on it or getting on it. So in that case, I would recommend this feeder. This one is actually called a peanut suet feeder because yes, you can put whole peanuts in the shell in here as well. But this one is really nice because one, it's made out of recycled plastic, which my heart in sustainability. I love when we have multiple uses for feeders that are created by reused plastics. A lot of our feeders that are made out of that kind of eco-tough material, the plastic material, are in fact made out of recycled milk jugs. So it's kind of a fun way that you're doing good for the environment by purchasing a feeder that's made out of something else. So that's kind of cool too. But it does have a lid. It's easy to fill. You just take out that seed brick and place it in here. But of course, you could interchangeably use it. Maybe one time you're using a seed brick. Maybe another time you're using peanuts in the shell. It's a great offer of variety of foods with one feeder. It's kind of cool. Now it does have that nice seed diverter in here. This piece right here. This will help keep the food, such as either peanuts or that seed cake, a little higher up so it's not straight on the very bottom of this grate. And that way it doesn't get kind of gunky and stuff with weather and things like that. And of course it's super easy to clean, and I also like how it has this removable grate. So that's the very bottom of your feeder here. You can tell that this part's actually coming out while I open this. But it's easy to clean. That's what I'm showing you. It's easy to clean. All the parts come out, make your birds healthy and happy, and then you can offer food in a different way. So sometimes it's nice to not always have to do the same thing over and over again. You can have a new feeder, have a different style of food, but it's not too much of a variation, but it's a different way that different birds find their needs met. Now, one thing to consider is different birds eat in different ways, right? So if you are really wanting to offer more places to attract cardinals, I would 100% go with this feeder versus the picnic table. And the reason for that is this feeder here has this ledge, and we know cardinals love to eat forward facing. So this ledge here is going to be that perfect perch that's kind of simulating eating off the ground. Okay, so this one is much more open to cardinals coming to it versus this one. Now, I'm not saying cardinals won't come to this one, but they're not necessarily clingers. So they're not going to cling onto the cage like your woodpeckers will. They may sit on top of it and eat from the top, but that's why something that offers more variety for more birds to find uses, you can find their needs met. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about new feeders to attract new birds in the new year. All right, you want to be able to make sure that the feeder that you're grabbing is going to be hospitable to the birds that you're trying to attract. So keep that in mind. If you are knowing what birds that you are trying to attract, come into the store because we are experts, and we will definitely help you choose the correct feeder for the type of birds that you're trying to attract, because it does make a difference. All right, how fun is that? I like the different varieties of food and feeders that we can offer for birds and find the birds' needs met, but then also find our own needs met, because I don't know about you, but I need birds in my life, and they sure make it much more enjoyable and a lot of fun to watch for sure. So in the new year, I would love to hear from you guys. what are some of your resolutions? What are the birds that you're looking for this new year? And what are you trying to attract? I would love to hear from you on what you would like to have in the new year. Maybe it's just some more variety. Maybe it's one specific bird. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Just let us know, and I'll definitely respond after we get off here live. But I just wanted to ask you, what kind of things are you looking for in the new year? I hope it's bird related. I would love to hear you from you. We would love to hear from you. All right, guys, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Be sure you stop by. Don't forget all the deals that we have in this store with all the seed items, holiday seed items, all of our holiday ornaments, and all of our holiday decor is all on sale. So be sure you come in and take advantage of that. We would definitely love for you to take it all home so that we don't have to count it for inventory. All right, but please come by. We'd love to see you. Don't forget, we are closed on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So be sure you come in ahead of time to stock up for all the bird feeding that you're going to do starting in the new year before those 2 days happen, because we will not be here to fill those orders for you. All right, we do so appreciate how wonderful of a holiday season you had with us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are seriously the best customers we could ever ask for. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful new year, but I know I'm going to see you before that. So we'll talk to you then. All right, now, you guys have a great evening. Bye now.